Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to run a binary logistic regression model using the Jasp software. Remember that a Jasp software cannot successfully import, as of this time, an Excel file type, so you need to save your data in a .csv format. So the file name of my data here is willingness to get vaccinated, and I have here variables. For my exogenous variables, I have trust and frontliner, either they are frontliner or not. So trust is measured in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scale, 5 being the highest. That means to say we have higher trust on the vaccine benefit, and 1 if he or she is a frontliner, and 0 if not a frontliner. In the third column, you have here willingness. Willingness in this case is our endogenous or our outcome variable that is measured in a nominal level. 1 if he or she is willing to get vaccinated, and 0 if he or she is not willing to get vaccinated. So unlike the multiple linear regression or a simple linear regression model, we are determining the influence of independent or exogenous variables to a continuous outcome variable. In this case, our dependent variable willingness is not measured in a continuous level, it's measured in a nominal level. And again, this is binary because we have dichotomized dependent variable, 1 for those who are willing to get vaccinated and 0 for those who are not willing to get vaccinated. So we are going to run the data using the Jasp software. This is the welcome home screen of the Jasp software. This is an open source project with a structural support from the University of Amsterdam. The newest version of the software as of this time is Jasp 0.14. Remember that the software cannot successfully import as of this time an Excel file type, so please save your data in a .csv format. The first thing that we are going to do is to click the 3 lines on the leftmost portion of the screen on the top side, and then click Open, click Computer, and click Browse. We are now going to import our data, and please remember, where did you save your file? In my case, I saved the file in the desktop. The file name is willingness to get vaccinated, and click Open. In this case, we have successfully imported our data set. Remember that our dependent variable is not measured in a continuous scale, rather it is measured in a nominal scale. And 1 for those who are willing to get vaccinated, and 0 for those who are not willing to get vaccinated. 1 for if he or she is a frontliner, and 0 if he or she is not a frontliner. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the measure for our trust on vaccine benefit, with 5 as the highest, meaning to say the respondents have higher or highest trust on the benefit of vaccine, and 1 if he or she has a lowest trust on vaccine benefit. So to run a binary logistic regression model, you need to click Regression. This is between mixed models and frequencies buttons. Instead of linear, use logistic regression. Again, the justification is the measure of our dependent variable that is not measured in a continuous scale, rather in a nominal scale. To run the binary logistic regression model using our data set, you need to click the dependent variable willingness onto the appropriate box, and you have here trust as your covariate and factor for the frontliner. Remember that our frontliner is also measured in a dummy type variable, 1 being a frontliner and 0 if not a frontliner. So immediately after you drag the data or after you place the data into the appropriate boxes, you can immediately see on the right side of the screen the result of the analysis. So before going into the result of the analysis, I also want you to click Statistics, and then let's click Odds Ratio. Okay, so for the first table, we have here Nagelkerke, which is 0.739, and the Cox-Snell, which is 0.554. These are pseudo R-squares. This suggests that 55 to 73 or 74% in the variation of respondents' willingness to get vaccinated can be explained by trust and being a frontliner or not. So if we are going to interpret the result of the coefficients table, the variables or the independent or the exogenous variables trust and being a frontliner are statistically significant to predict the likelihood of respondents' willingness to get vaccinated, because our p-values here are lower than 0.05. To interpret, we can use the odds ratio here. Let us first go for the frontliner. So since the reference category is being a frontliner, so your interpretation would be, if a respondent is a frontliner, he or she has 64.792 times more likely to get vaccinated than those who are not frontliners. For trust, an increase in trust is an increase in the likelihood to get vaccinated by 7.608. So if you are going to compare an individual with a trust and vaccine benefit of 5 and the other with a trust and vaccine benefit of 4, that individual with a trust of vaccine benefit of 5 has 7.608 times more likely to get vaccinated than the other one who only has 4 as his or her trust and vaccine benefit.